Welcome back, viewers and listeners. We've got an extended conversation this morning. I must say that I'm happy to have with me a brother from another mother, D. Leon Walters. He is the president of the Friends of
the
Blood Bank Grenada Inc. Morning, bro. Welcome.
Good morning, Edison. Good morning to all the viewers and listeners locked on to GBN this morning.
Yeah, and they always.
Oh yeah, well, trust me, it's like getting breakfast in the morning. You're doing that right if you get it, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yes, and obviously you definitely bring that kind of energy, that discourse that Grenadians love to enjoy, the realness in it. I think that's the important part. The conversation is real.
Keeping it real. Not manufactured.
Not AI. Not AI. Not AI. At all.
Yeah. But I'm happy that, hence the reason why I extended the program, because an initiative like this cannot be pushed under a bushel.
Yeah.
It has to be brought to the light, and there's no better place to do it than on Classic. The Blood Bank.
Yeah.
You're the president of the Grenada Blood Bank Inc.
Yeah, well, Friends of the Blood Bank.
Friends of the Blood.
Yeah.
What is this organization all about?
All right, it's a body of umbrella body of individuals, so volunteers. First and foremost, they're all volunteers, with the aim of supporting the phlebotomy lab, the blood bank unit at the General Hospital. So from mobilizing, recruiting members, our aim is really to always be on standby or get persons on standby to give when the need arises. We try to make it very structured. Most of the donors will try to make it very structured. So not because you give blood once make you a donor. All right. We always look at your pattern, because you can give every 3 months. All right, so we look at your pattern, your consistency as well, your commitment to giving back and helping. Often we get persons coming in on a one-off case, all right, but what we want to do and what our aim is to ensure that we can build that body and continue to recruit new persons, because obviously some of us will start to fade out,
of course,
with time and age.
Of course, yes.
But we always try to ensure that we recruit, get persons, break the stigma, clear the air on a lot of the little questions one may have in their head
and
as it relates to the myths, as it relates to donating blood and giving back. Because remember, if you don't know, 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. Yeah?
Really?
Yeah. All right, and that is something that a lot of people think, when you get a call, it's just for your blood. It might be platelets, it might be plasma. There are different extracts from the blood you may need. All right, and that is why it is so important to have these sort of bodies or support bodies that can work with the General Hospital or the phlebotomy lab to ensure that when the need arises, we have persons on hand to give.
Well, I am sort of testimony to this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that in 2008. Thereabout, I was diagnosed with leptospirosis.
Man, that's pretty dangerous. Yeah?
And I was dead.
Yeah.
And it's thanks to donors, blood donors. I mean, I wasn't called upon to identify, so I would say, okay, call Dillian, because I couldn't talk.
Yes.
But because people donated blood and the blood was in the blood bank, I could have gotten blood, and that saved my life. So,
and I'm happy that you made a point, eh? Often donors believe when you request that blood, the person who come and give is who you get in. It doesn't always work like that.
Because sometimes the blood type is different.
It's different. And then the timeline is of another factor, because you cannot wait for that blood to reach there. So what we encourage that when the request for blood, sometimes it's 2 to 3 donors, all right, because you never know, you may not get all that you want or what you're looking for. But at the end of the day, we want to ensure that the bank stays filled.
Right.
Yeah, so we want to replenish. That's what it is.
The reserve is always up.
Reserve is always up. There are dire cases and special cases that you may require certain donors to come in. All right, and we not try not to tap into them too much, but we have them on the standby. All right, and often our donors will give blood not knowing who. We really don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry to put it like that. It's not like we don't care. We care.
You care.
That's why we're giving blood.
Yeah.
But it's not a case that we give the blood because we expect something in return. We give because we know it's the right thing to do. We know we are saving lives, because it could be a mother in labor, it could be a cancer patient, it could be an accident, and the thing about it is that the phlebotomy lab, the blood bank, always need to stay stocked, because we never know what can happen.
Yeah, life happens. Yeah,
you understand? And there's always a need for it. So that's why we always encourage individuals to come on board, become a part of the process. Today we have a blood drive at the lab, General Hospital. So we would encourage persons to come in. Those donors who haven't given in a while, come and give us some blood today. Yeah. Persons who are interested in giving, come in. You can come and check it out. And see what's the process, understand the process, because it's pretty simple. Okay. It's not painful. What's
about the people that have this phobia to needles?
That's a joke.
Yeah.
That is a joke. That's like a mosquito bite.
I remember
it feels like a mosquito sting.
Listen to me. I had this phobia with needles. I was so afraid of needles, but with my stint with Lepto, I got so friendly with needles that when they came, I was like, which side you want it on today? Which one you touching today?
Because at that moment, life was about life.
Yeah, needles didn't matter. They could have juked with a cocoa knife.
That cocoa knife. That cocoa rod is joking you. No, but that's the thing about it.
Yeah.
We just have to go past that hurdle and understand what it is. Oh, I don't like needles and I'm afraid of needles. But you will only know how important it is when it resonates, when you come home, when it's a family member. Often we see the situation where you have all the friends, pump and ceremony, up and there, you're running and hey, party, we felt really good. But let something happen to you.
That's where the friendship is tested.
You can't get 2 out of 10.
Most times, the people who you call friends, they fail the friend test.
They fail the friend test because now it calls for that time. Hey, we need somebody to give us blood, and we often ask patients to, see who you can get from your family circle first and foremost. But if you can, we're there for you.
Let me ask you this. People who are listening and viewing at the moment and they're interested in becoming a donor, what are the prerequisites? What do they need to do in order to become a donor?
Good health, first and foremost.
Yeah.
We want somebody, you have to be in good health. All right. And it starts from there. But obviously once you come in to give blood, you'll be screened.
Right.
There's a screening process at the end of the day.
So it's important that people know that.
Yeah. There'll be a screening process. Yeah. Don't be afraid. We make sure that everything is okay with you, and then we work from there. Okay. But to become the donor is about be part of the Friends of the Blood Bank Grenada Inc. It's about the consistency.
Okay.
And we're celebrating World Blood Donors Day officially tomorrow. All right, which is the 14th of June. Under the theme, give blood, give hope. Together we save lives.
Okay.
Give blood, give hope. Together we save lives. And that's what it's about. Giving blood is giving hope to people. And we cannot do it by ourselves, but together we're stronger as a team. Yeah.
And that event tomorrow, where will it be?
Well, because our donors are all volunteers. Nobody get paid. As an executive, I want to say special good morning to the entire executive team for their commitment, their ongoing support. It's an amazing team. Shamika Street, Tia Fitzpatrick, Officer Redhead, Troy Gill, Jarvis Dabrio, Tammy. Is this Dr. Corian is also a consultant as part of the team. But it's an amazing dynamic team, who are always willing to do and jump in. And, I am making this special a call for the support from Corporate Grenada. Yeah, because these individuals who give blood all the time, the donors, they are doing it at their own free will. It's because they see it as something important, and we know, the only way we feel or something special to us, so we can do something special, is when it's World Blood Donors Day. And that's it, to do a nice event for them, a little cocktail, they dress up, they bring the family. Because you being a donor, your family is part of the process, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Because your wife had to make sure you eat properly, your husband going to work hard and you make sure you have provide in the house. that's what it's about. It's about togetherness. So we are very much, passionate about doing an award ceremony as well, awarding them for different things. So we have different criteria. We look at the number of donations you give within the year, the years you've been given blood. There are different criteria. We look at the youngest donor. There's a lot of things. So we will award persons, but we believe in bringing all donors together.
Okay.
For a nice evening of social entertainment, enjoyment, interaction, share your stories. I share my stories.
After all the needle pricks, you can come and laugh.
After all the joke you get, you can laugh. Yeah,
laugh about it.
And tomorrow, one of the things is that we will have some testimonials, because it's important to hear from the recipients, because we give. We're not often aware of who we're giving it to. Yeah, and sometimes we when you hear the story, the trauma that individual went through, until a donor came forward and gave or donors came forward and gave blood. It's just so touching, and so we have some testimonials as well, and it's good, and folks, if you're a recipient and you would have received blood from someone, you're free to drop a video, share it up on social media as we celebrated World Blood Donors Day. Share your story. Okay. Let folks know how important it is, and and so we can continue our drive and our work as we support the Friends of the Blood Bank, or the phlebotomy lab, and so recruit new members and become a strong organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you dropping by and sharing that. Hadn't I done that this morning, that extension, my day and my weekend wouldn't have been right.
Well, I really appreciate that. And I just want to take this time to say a very special good morning to Nurse Jolly at the phlebotomy lab and all the technicians, all the team at the lab. They are just amazing. They're amazing. Dr. Aisha Donald, very supportive as well. As I mentioned, the executive, and to all the members, all the blood donors.
Okay.
I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for giving. Thank you for continuing to give. Okay. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the event. But today we're also asking you to come out, bring somebody with you. Encourage somebody, invite somebody to become a donor. All right, because as the theme for 2025 says, give blood, give hope. Together we save lives. Okay. And I want us to do that.
All right. So the event today is
a blood drive at the Phlebotomy General Hospital Blood Bank Phlebotomy Lab. Yeah.
What time?
We start from 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
until about 8 o'clock. Yeah. Right. I mean, once persons come in and we can accommodate, we'll accommodate them. We also want. And I should mention this: the Grenada Brewery. They are very, very, thanks to the Grenada Brewery for so much.
All the vitamins.
All the malt, all the stouts, and this morning, Grenada Airport Authority is on board. They offering some light refreshments for donors who give blood, and that's the sort of partnership we want, the kind of support, the appreciation for our donors, and that is important. And it would not sit well with me if I leave here and don't mention these organizations. Right. Yeah.
Tomorrow's event is where?
It's at Foxen Hotel.
Foxen.
Yeah. Point Celine.
Point Celine's Hotel.
Yeah, Point Celine's
What time it starts?
It starts from 7 in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's an invited event for the donors and their families. Okay. Yeah. All right, bro.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you accommodating at such short notice.
That's what we do here at the GBN.
That's what we do when we family.
I am very certain that my boss will not give me a write-up because of this, because it was well in place.
Yes, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
One team. We're in this together, man. All the best, folks. We take a quick break and then we get back into the music. It's Friday.